And welcome back, welcome in, welcome all my waffle board breakers. How's everybody doing tonight? This is the hangover Super Bowl day. Everybody's got some people actually have the day off and they're trying to make it a national holiday, I think, but that's not quite there yet. But the day after the Super Bowl, obviously Seattle Sea Chickens are Super Bowl champions again. I got revenge on the Patriots who didn't quite look ready for prime time, but it could have been the Seahawks defense was that good. But we got the NFL was over and done with. NHL is on break. The NHL men's hockey starts tomorrow, I believe. The USA, they're pretty got they got relatively easy group that they're in. I don't think they should have any trouble qualifying for the medal round, but we'll see how it goes. Obviously, the women's started, I think, yesterday or today. Yeah, it was a snooze fest. I mean, if you like defense, I mean, there's always people, the purists were like, oh, I love defensive football. Yeah, defensive football is nice, every once in a while in the regular season. But for the Super Bowl, I mean, you want to see defensive plays, but you want to see some offense. And I mean, obviously, Walker with 150 yards rushing and 199 total. I mean, 28 years since a running back was MVP of the Super Bowl, and he didn't even score. Obviously, his touchdown was called back on a holding, and it's just, who else are you gonna give it to? It just was. Can't give it to the whole defense. The defense played good, but there was nobody that was you say, oh, he was the reason that they won. But the Patriots just weren't ready to bring the offensive game against a team that good. Obviously, they play the last place schedule, and obviously that's why obviously, Drake May had a good year, but clearly they were not ready. They didn't play great against the Broncos, but they played good enough to win, and sometimes that's what matters in the playoffs. But yeah, obviously you win the game, where it went, moderate temperature to snow on the ground, and they were able to beat a team with a good defense as well. But Denver couldn't get enough, good plays to beat them at home. With the bad field goals. Like I said, it was that close, but clearly, Seahawks were the better team yesterday, and obviously their Super Bowl. They're talking about it was the week before, 2 weeks ago, and they won the NFC Championship game, and that probably is the case. They never looked like they were worried about losing the game last night. So there we go. So now we're in the NHL break where we have just the Olympics, and I believe they start tomorrow afternoon. I think the USA game is at 3. I don't even know where they play. Like I said, I think they have relatively. The first 3 games I saw looking at the TV schedule, I didn't think they should have much issues, but there's always going to be chemistry. Obviously, their goaltender. The USA team is stacked, but are they as good as Canada? Probably not, but we'll see how when the games are played for real. Canada's power play looks scary. The guys they can throw out there, McDavid, and obviously, McKinnon, and obviously, you throw McCarr, you throw. They're just staff Celebrini you throw out there. They still have Crosby still. It's just the team is amazing. So we'll see if the USA could stymie them. Obviously, they're destined to play, later in the Olympics for with the medals, and we'll see how it goes. Like obviously, the European squads are pretty stacked as well. Finland and Sweden and some of the other teams. Obviously, Draisaitl and Germany's got good players. The Swiss team's got some good players. We'll see what comes. The first couple games, you basically just feeling yourself out, getting your chemistry, and then you want to make when the games count in the medal round. But the USA Canadian game didn't really matter today. Even I think the USA smoked them. Obviously, Canada didn't play their starting goalie because she had played, I think on Saturday or Sunday, and then of course their big scorer got hurt, and I'm not sure if she's going to be out for the Olympics, but clearly there's no reason to risk her in the game here because I think all the teams qualified for the medal round in the women's bracket. Not going to watch that as closely, but for anybody that enjoys watching the women's game, USA teams played really well. Canada's always going to have some pride, and they all qualify. So there's no reason to risk if you have a player got dinged up. She got hit into the boards the other day and had trouble getting off the ice. And obviously, if she can play later in the tournament, they're not going to risk her in these. The qualifying games because everybody qualifies on the women's side. The men's side a little differently because obviously you can be you can definitely miss the middle round, and we'll see though. But you want to play everybody. The game should be good. Yeah, like I said, I mean, that's the style they've gone with. Obviously, they said Canada, I think, is the second most Olympians. I think, no, wait, third. I think obviously, the host team gets somebody in every one, so not counting them. But I think USA, Canada, I think might be the second and third most. Italy obviously has the most people because they're a host team. I think Canada and USA, I think, have the second and third most Olympian athletes, which is pretty crazy. Obviously, I mean they're the two big North American countries, but obviously the Nordic teams and those countries always represent well. Japan's always represented well in the Olympics, the Winter Olympics, of course. Even after other than when they hosted. So some of these obviously, Russia would have been there. They probably would have had as most or close to as most athletes, but obviously they're not allowed because of their invasion of Ukraine. But of course, the Sweden, Finland, Norway, all the countries are well represented. Obviously the skiing injuries for the USA is hurting them right now. The ice skaters look good, so there should be obviously speed skating. I saw Jake Paul's fiance, I guess, won gold. So I mean, it's I mean, there's not, like I said, there's not as much high profile athletes in the winter as the summer games, but USA always represents well. The games are entertaining. I mean, it's going to be fun. Obviously, with hockey being there the first time in several Olympics, it's going to be really, really enjoyable to watch. And like I said, it's not a million miles away, so the time zone is not crazy. You're looking mid-afternoon, now looking at crack of dawn. I think the Japan Olympics were much earlier in the morning, basically when the games were being played. But obviously, middle afternoon, getting the hockey games, which is kind of cool. So we watch them. So it's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be a good couple of weeks. Definitely enjoy the hockey. Just pray nobody gets hurt. Never want to see anybody get hurt. But like I said, thanks you for with us. We have, I think, 10 or 11 people in tonight, which is good. 30 boxes is crazy odds. Obviously, we got 8 more before the 6 more going before the reload. We got today and then Thursday, and then of course Sunday's double. It's the last double before the reload goes in, and then next week's Tuesday and Thursday is the best possible odds, 1 in 20, 26 and 1 in 25 for next Tuesday and Thursday. But 1 in 30 tonight, 1 in 29 on Thursday. Absolutely crazy. Like I said, you're not going to find much better odds. I was just enjoying watching Nick F over at his Whatnot. He actually got 2 boxes done today. 2 cool jerseys coming. If 2 jerseys get over there, I would not in either of the breaks, but I definitely enjoy watching other people break. Definitely support other breakers. So if you get over to Big Al's, of course, he has the new East Coast stuff starting tomorrow. I think he's got 20 boxes of the 60 coming in, which is pretty crazy. But it's a pretty good series. I'm assuming Gretzky, Rangers, and maybe Bedard. I don't know what the second community it is. I didn't speak with him about that yet. But looking at the checklist and the headliners, that probably is the case with the new East Coast series. So get over there and grab those spots. He does double boxes Monday and Wednesday. Nick F does Whatnot breaks on Tuesday and Thursday. Get over that. He said only Gretzky. Oh, very interesting. Like I said, it's good to have at least one community hit, but just Gretzky Rangers, which is a huge hit. I don't think I would PC that, but I definitely would move it. That's something you can, flip for, either 2 boxes I could use for my or 2 jerseys I could use for my boxes, or something for the PC. But as Gretzky is, I'm have to be stick true to my guns. I would only take an Oilers for my PC, which I may never get. Like, it's not something I'm hunting actively, but obviously he spent some time with the Rangers and the Kings, of course, where he's traded on my birthday, and obviously the Blues, and he finished up coaching with Coyotes, but Gretzky Coyotes jersey doesn't make any sense. But I wouldn't add one of those PC. Just like to have one, you don't want to have one. I don't have a Gretzky auto anywhere on my PC. I do have a Lemieux auto card. But I don't have any Gretzky autos. That's one of the few I don't have. Never really wanted to chase anything for the dollars, and obviously the Oilers cards are very limited. When by the time autograph cards came into existence, and everything's come out since then, it's not worth chasing. But I mean, if you want to have something where you're verified, obviously pack pulled Gretzky autos is guaranteed it's going to be his autograph. You see a lot of the autographs on the jerseys start to question. Obviously, he was upper deck exclusive for a long time. I'm not sure if he still is, but so you had to have the upper deck, COA stickers and possibly paperwork to go with it. But like I said, I mean, I know he signed. Other than that, I mean, he's maybe not official signings, but people have gotten in-person stuff. You get verified from like JSA and or PSA, and it's still Gretzky's auto, even though it may not be as pretty. He's always had a nice autograph, but some of the ones I've seen from, either like, off the curb or at the practice facility or from the arena, it's a little bit rushed. But I mean, if you want to spend that, if you want to have a Gretzky auto, you got to pay for it. But we'll see how that goes. But like I said, just 30 boxes tonight. We got men's hockey starting tomorrow. Should be fun. Had some good stuff come out recently. Obviously, I haven't been shipping. I had 2 boxes from Sunday. Brett G hit the coffee. That's very, very nice. Ryan S, who's not here today, he's only here on our Sundays. He hit the other jersey on Sunday, but 30 boxes. Good luck to everybody. I think we got 11 people at least. I'm not going to make anybody push for the unsolds. We will make them community spots. If one of them hits, I'll do that. I'll be nice to you guys. And there's nothing that I'm going to have to keep the box up. I got a couple Rangers and a Leaf and 3 Rangers jerseys, even though Keandre Miller is a Carolina Hurricane. Derek Stepan, near and dear to me as a Ranger when he played there. And Glenn Anderson is an all-time great Hall of Famer. Oiler won the Cup in '94 with the Rangers. Key late trade addition to that team. And then, of course, Freddie Anderson, obviously with Carolina now, but he's on the Maple Leaf jersey. But we'll give those away as a random to all you guys if one of them hits. So I'm not going to hold you guys up for that. We got 30 boxes. 26 spots are claimed. 4 spots we will keep as community hits, just as a gesture of goodwill to you guys. I like doing that. Like I said, depending on what spots are left over, unclaimed, I'm not going to hold up the break for those spots. So we'll get that going. Like I said, just to keep you guys up to date, I put up the collages. That's 12 of the 16 going in. I have 14 total in-house. 2 more on the way. One of them is absolutely beautiful. Can't wait to show it off to you guys. But so it'll be 16 as of right now. I don't have all 16 in-house, so it's at least 14. I expect those other 2 to arrive within the next week. Obviously, the spots have to go live next Tuesday. Probably by this weekend, I'll get the full pictures up for everybody to take a look at them so you can get ready to bid when they go live next Tuesday. But the spots for this Sunday are up live now, started today. Of course, I'll end whatever hits today and whatever hits Thursday, and then we'll be down to just 28 and 27 boxes on Sunday. So it's going to be fun. Is there anybody really new today? I don't think so. I think everybody here has hit before, except maybe Anthony C, welcome back. He grabbed the spot. Anthony M is new. It has not hit yet. Everybody else is in the past. A couple one spotters. Big Al came in and grabbed a couple. Daryl L's got some. He's been sick. Hope you're feeling better, Daryl. Definitely recover. It's tough to be sick and you're overseas. That makes it even worse. So, but 30 boxes. Right now we have 2 single box runs, 2 from November, then the 4 and 10 from the 2 November reloads, and 12 from the December reloads, 12 from the January reload. So it's pretty crazy, pretty good mix. Only 30 boxes is pretty crazy. And of course, we're going to get down to 24. So you're not going to get better odds no matter where you go. For $7, $8 a spot, you can't get much better odds for nice cheap price. It's always good to take a stab, especially when you're getting ready to settle in to watch some Olympic hockey. It's good to throw, grab a single spot here and there. So, so let's get going. Then we'll get over to Big Al's tomorrow night. I'm not sure if I'll be in or not, but definitely I would like to be there to watch the first boxes from the new series. Obviously, we're big fans of the East Coast. They're a good product. Josh does a good job. I think Big Al helped him with his series. So with the names, and it's a pretty good list. Like I said, make sure you get over there. It's interesting. Only Gretzky is the community spot, so that should be pretty cool. So we'll get going on that. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, just to let you know, the 16 boxes going in, 14 are different, all different teams. So it's only a couple teams got doubled up. And it looks like I have 6 completely brand new names that have never been in the boxes. We're now at box 598 tonight. So it's tough to get completely new names in the boxes. These are names that we've seen elsewhere, maybe in other products, but they've never been in my boxes. So 6 brand new names out of the 16 in 598 boxes so far. It's pretty tough to do. So like I said, I hunt. I'd like to find guys. I like to repeat names. I know you guys like to chase. I know not everybody has every big name, but of course it's always good to find lesser names and names for teams that we haven't had in a while. So it's always fun. Like I said, that's part of my job is finding good stuff, especially new stuff and random stuff for you guys to chase. So let's get going. Just one box tonight. Nothing on TV, and obviously no sports tonight. Yeah, obviously we got Olympic hockey men's tomorrow, so we'll get to that. So let me get my randoms up. Let's do it. Here we go. Okay, very good. Of course, you know the drill. We do 5 or more on our dice roll. Boxes are here in order still. The 2 single box runs, the 2 from November. Of course, then we got 4 from early December, 10 from late December, and then, of course, just 12 now of the 16 from January, starting with box 48, running all the way to 62. So there we go. I think we hit 63. So 60, the new boxes will start, I believe, in 64. Can't remember exactly, but I think that's the case. So there we go. Obviously, I think we'll have to skip 70 unless we hit that. So good luck, everybody. 5 or more on our rolls. So let's do it. 5 or more. What do we got? 5. 5 it is. 5 times the list. Fewest amount of randoms you can do. Let's do it. 5 times, guys. Everybody, good luck. There we go. 1, 30 boxes. 2, 3, 4. And the box we're going to open tonight, 1 in 30 odds. Good luck, everybody. Is going to be box number 52. 52 is in the reload. One of the 12 reload boxes, 5 times. Box 52, 5 times. There's my lists. Good luck, everybody. Let's see what we got. Box 52. Okay. Back it out so I don't forget. So you're ready for Thursday. Box 52 is gone. There we go. Very good. Box 52. Box 52 would work. Box 44. But box 44 would have been nice. Not box 42. 44 is box 52. Let me see. Box 44. No, actually, they cannot, but there are how many there's only 2 unsold in this run, so they will be community if they're hit. So 2 unsold spots are possible of the 12, and they will be community giveaway. So we'll go at this jersey, no matter what, we'll go to one of you guys. That is guaranteed. So let's do it. Let's see. Let me see. Where's my run? Here we go. Okay. Good luck, everybody. Let's see what we got. Box 52. Yeah, there are 2 unclaimed spots in this reload. They're eligible to be given away at random to all you guys. If it hits, if not, it will go to the winner. Oh, you're calling the Ron O'Reilly. Calling ROR. Let me see. I love that jersey too. Let's see if it comes out. Nick Evans calling his shot. It is going to be right team, wrong name. This is going JJ Peterka, Buffalo Sabres on the Fanatics Premium, currently starring for the Utah Mammoth. Ryan Peterka, Fanatics COA. There it is. You're close. Close but no cigar, Nick. Got the right team. Got the wrong player. Gorgeous Fanatics Premium. Very, very nice. 77. JJ Peterka. Gorgeous logo on the Fanatics Premium. Nice textured buffalo with the swords. Very, very nice. Fanatics Premium with the 54. Very, very nice. Oh, very, very nice. That was actually a claim spot. And that is going to not a Sabre fan, but a Utah Mammoth fan. Going to Big Al, stepping in, hitting the Peterka. Congratulations, hitting the Peterka. I don't know if he's got a Peterka Utah jersey yet, but there you go. Congratulations. Very, very nice. Big Al wasn't here early, came in late, still hits. I mean, whatever his game plan is, Big Al definitely has the horseshoe up his hiney. So congratulations, Big Al. Sorry, of course, for everybody who did not hit. Your odds have now gotten to the 20s. 1 in 29 boxes on Thursday. Let's see if we can do that. See if we get closer to filling it. But like I said, I'll bust a box with a couple spots empty. I do not mind. Very good. You guys deserve it for continuing to support, coming back and visiting Waffleboard Breaks. I'll be watching the hockey tomorrow. I guess there's hockey on pretty much every day. So check your schedules to see when the games are on. But obviously we'll be done. I don't think there's any late games, but we'll see if there's anything on. I've got to check the TV schedule. I know the USA game starts, I think, in the afternoon, 3 o'clock or so. But there we go. Congratulations, Big Al, showing up late to the party, hitting the JJ Peterka like he owns the joint. Congratulations. Sorry for everybody else that did not hit, but of course, you're not going to find better odds. 1 in 29, fully stated checklist. You guys know I do the spot prices as good as I can for you guys. So congratulations again. Very, very nice. And I'll see you guys back here on Thursday night. So Thursday night, 8 p.m., claim post will go up. Congratulations again to Big Al, our leader in the clubhouse, big-time winner. There you go. JJ Peterka, currently on the Mammoth. You get to watch him on a regular basis. So you know how good of a player he is. Obviously, fight strapped up. Fanatics Premium when they took over from Adidas the last couple seasons. And there they are. Very nice. Very nice. I will see you guys on Thursday night. Enjoy the game tomorrow afternoon. Waffleboard Breaks is out. Take care, guys.